be going over like the reroll units here. I sorted them by cost, but can probably see later. So like the first comp I probably seen people play the most or like a lot is like the TF Kate. I've seen like a few different boards, especially like playing around like what stargazer you have. Like we just check the stargazer list. I think we can probably find it here. Set info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question for you. Do you think like the viability of these TF roles, like how much do they depend on the stargazer? Like is there ones I mean I guess we'll go through.
Yeah. I think in like maybe like we're just talking about like the live games or more competitive games. I think you will probably only want to play it in like the certain stargazers.
Mhm.
Some outliers would like probably be the 3-star one. Seems like
Yeah.
you can it's probably this one or I think this one is not bad, but you might want to play like more towards like vertical ones for the poison one. For the sacrifice one, it takes too long if you're playing reroll to like have enough units on the hex to like proc the 60 required.
Because you're usually not pumping levels, so you don't have as many
Yeah.
units in the flower. Got it.
So I think you probably just default to playing this in the 3-star. Some I mean there are like some variations. I mean like for example, if your stargazer is not very good, but you have some enable like something to like really like enable the comp like early learning or something, you can just play this one with like four fate and just 4 bastions
Mm,
and like
seems pretty.
yeah you can just play the third stargazer for like tempo and then just pivot to this board with 4 fate. One crit item I think already maxes the crit rate, and then if you see like the TF spell,
Yeah.
it's something about the lucky chance, right? Lucky bonus. This like lucky chance or like lucky bonus for all the Fate Weaver units. They just work. They work same like crit rate, as in they max out when you hit 100% crit rate anyway. So like yeah.
Yeah, we were actually there's a discussion in Ace's Discord about like the mechanics of the lucky thing. It's a little confusing, but apparently like because lucky is like you roll 2 and take the higher, like if you have 100% crit, having lucky crit, quote unquote, doesn't do anything. Is that what you mean by like it max out with one crit item? Like you're already good enough with that
Yeah, yeah,
lucky to
yeah.
like yeah, okay.
I mean in the spot that like you're actually playing for Fate, you probably like if you have extra items like the crit is like not bad if you're like dual carrying Corki or like your Caitlyn, you know. So yeah. I've seen people tank different units here. You can probably tank all of them, like Jax 3, Poppy 3, Atrox 3, or like even Ramus 2. I'm not sure which one is like the most tanky between like the one cost. I'm pretty sure it's like Poppy. Her spell is kind of good, but between Poppy 3 and Ramus 2, I'm not very sure. It's probably like really close.
I
Yeah.
mean, realistically, it's just whichever of them you're hitting, right? Because like you'll hit whatever tank, and then the others are kind of extra after
Yeah,
that.
I mean, and like since you're playing Caitlyn and Aatrox, you don't really have to prio the Last Whisper and Spark and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so the second board, I mean, I use an example of playing the Jack Hero augment, but you can just also play this board without the Jack Hero augment, like as a sort of pivot board before you get to like this one, right? You can play this one. The advantage of playing this one is that it plays a lot more trades.
And that's why it has Ross.
Yeah, and and if you're playing like the 3-star, uh, what do you call it? 3-star Stargazer. This one you get to 3-star an extra unit, right? You get to play talent. Like Gwen here, he gives 2 traits, and like currently it's pretty uncontested. So even if you play with like ticket and stuff, you can probably also get like Gwen 3, and then yeah, this board plays like a lot more traits than the other one. I think. Open the
I cannot wait till someone makes the equivalent of that like World Runes site.
uh
They're around for last set.
yeah, I tried like the ASOL trade tracker thing. It's if you're kind of far from the board, it's not very worth to like chase the board. I mean, chase like the +1 emblem. I think seems like one emblem for
Yeah,
your boon. While it's like high value in a sense, but if you're but if it takes you too long to like actually get to the board, I don't think it's like worth it. Yeah.
there being only 6 traits in like Space Group existing certainly is nice. I only had it once, and then that game I had no idea what the port was, so I like melted, whatever. But then I looked it up in like trade trackers, and there's ways to like you can hit it with only like 5 units, stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
it yes, but on the other hand, like it should be relatively achievable as opposed to like in past sets it's usually like, oh, you have to be level 7 and hit like some exact board or some
yeah.
insanity like that.
I mean,
But
if you play
like
around like Pantheon or like Mordekaiser, you can get to the six rates
mhm.
kind of easily. Like Mordekaiser with like some space groove. Yeah, it can hit pretty fast. Okay, so here like the Rust provides around 6 traits, maybe around 14% of like his bonus. So like yeah, he does a lot for this board. And
Okay.
then the last the last one is probably like the Aatrox Hero Augment. It plays like a similar board, but you probably want to focus on Aatrox items instead. You like have
Mm,
around 5 Nova. I'm not sure if you Nova the Aatrox here, because like on the Akali Nova board, you want to Nova your Maokai instead, because the Akali bonus doesn't deal like a lot of damage, but the Maokai does like a full board stun and stuff. So yeah.
is this of what all the Nova strikes are? Because I didn't see them on any of like the info sites. They just showed like the general effect, like the Nova passive effect, but not the
It
strike.
I
Oh,
think
they
it's
are.
I think it's here
Okay, they must
on
be.
like meta TFT, but like if you go in game, you can only see them when you actually have the 5 Nova fielded. So yeah,
Oh, I see. Yeah, let's check
yeah,
Meta TFTs out. Oh, I'll have to review them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you'll probably also have to take into account like the actual numbers and stuff. But for Aatrox, I think you can also do Aatrox for some extra damage. I'm wait, let's just check what they put in TFT Academy. Yeah, they don't mention which one you want to Nova Strike, but Maokai is like pretty good. It's like the 5 Nova Maokai here.
Full board stun does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it's like 1.3 second whole board stun. So like for Kate items, you wanna end up with like Ginsu +2 AD items. Stargazer +1 is pretty good since you get to play this board and also get like free Stargazer.
Okay, hold on. So with the stats on that, I after playing a few rounds with Stargazer, I noticed there was one of the Stargazers that gives the Stargazer emblem, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
wondering how much that biasing the stats because I suspect that that's one of the easiest ways to end up with the Stargazer
Oh.
emblem.
Okay. I mean that like makes sense, but you probably won't play the mountain into this comp, no? Like it kind
That's
of yeah.
true. Yeah, because that's like a vertical oriented
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like I mean, I'm pretty sure like most of the sets have like really small sample size. I tried most of these are like filtered to like past 2 days with like 3-star filters. But yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it makes sense that it's good, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, judging from here, you probably just want AD. I think frequency is fine since she doesn't really cast a spell. Okay, for like TF, you probably want like mana and AP with like double
Uh,
dashers. You probably max out crit without 4 fate. I think. Yeah.
it's interesting a lot of people are building JG anyway.
Uh, if you're only playing 2 fate, like
It
building
doesn't
1 JG max out the thing. Also, like,
uh,
well, the overflow is like lower damage, but for like comps like this, you probably just make the items that you end up with. You know, like it's it's not very worth it to like grid a lot when you're playing like super low cost reroll.
gotcha.
Next, yeah, this one I saw a lot at the start, but it really doesn't perform very well against like the, especially against like tanks like the super tanks like Nunu or like Ramos and stuff. You might only play this for like mm, artifacts or like maybe too much value and stuff. Since like you get to spike earlier.
That
I'm not
reminds me,
sure. Hmm?
has someone figured out a too much value board? I generally try to have like 4 2s on a too much value board to get like more than just the standard couple of rolls, but like
Yeah,
I haven't seen any
I did
that hits
4
that.
before. I saw someone play 6 with like, I think their core was like Milio, and then they just played like the random supporting units like something like this. But the problem with like this is like you kind of have to drop it soon because it's not very strong, you know, like the board.
Mm,
With like the Akali one, if you play something like this, you can just delay putting in the Maokai, you know. So you just play like either Gragas or Pantheon first, and then you play like the, yeah, you can probably play Jinx, and then you have 4 on 6,
uh, you play this, and then like once you've hit
and
everything,
then
you drop
yeah,
wheels.
and then you just like swap your Bruiser to Maokai.
Okay. Oh, or you stick with primary. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably like one of the ones I've actually found success with. I'm not sure for the Demacian Raptor one, you can fit your board or no. I guess you still can. It's like Akali, Gwen, Belvet, and a Bruiser, right? It's still the same, like the same core. But instead of Jinx, you play Gwen, and then you can play Maokai, and then you can play Pantheon or like Gragas on your board. Play 4.
Gotcha.
Uh, I played this before. I also tried like the Evelyn artifact on her. I feel like most of the time you kind of need to build more damage with like crit and stuff. Here, like Titans, Terax looks fine, but with like low damage builds like this, you're like really dependent on like having a proper duo carry. You know, it can be like if you're playing this board, your like duo carry can be Belveth or here it can be like Master Yi or like Kindred or something. But yeah, you like really need the secondary sort of like damage to like clean up and stuff. It's very straightforward. You just probably play the 5 Nova and add Bastion uh later on. You can also play like around Primordian like this board if you happen to get like the 3 stars. You can always cap around like the different units, because like Marauder and like Rogue are like pretty flexible traits. Can also just add like some 5 cost if you happen to hit them. Yeah, I mean Master Yi is kind of contested right now, so it might be kind of hard to hit Master Yi if you're rolling like late. Yeah,
Mm.
your only core unit is like Akali, so like if you hit the Akali early and you only have like 2-star Maokai, you can probably just push and then maybe like play around some cans or some like other like tank like combo, you know. Yeah. Similar board, you probably want to Nova the Maokai most of the time. If you're playing 5 Nova. Your items for Belveth are the same as like the Belveth from set 16.
Hmm.
Just like a normal attack speed carry, so you just need the Useless Kraken. I didn't get the screenshot here, but the everyone item, this one, actually performs on like Belveth better than Akali. Because like
Wait,
the
what?
stats of
That?
this one is here. Evelyn. Stats
Oh, it's
items.
the Evelyn themed artifact. How like they
Yeah,
made an
yeah.
artifact for or whatever, and like Evelyn has one.
Yeah, this one is
It's
like it's like really good on Belveth.
oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Because of the stats, it's really like attack speed favored. See like it has 40 base attack speed with like some Onivem and like the blink. It helps her get like higher uptime on her auto attack and stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay, the first 3 cost board, Samira. I think she's still not very good, but it might be like it will probably be meta sometime in the future, you know. It's like the board is good and you play good units, but you get outclassed currently by like Misfortune and Kaisa.
Kaisa.
Yeah.
I see you don't have there was something I was meaning to ask about, and I see you didn't have it listed here. I remember I was watching a Wazen stream, and I think it was Medallion Stargazer. So he was trying to play like Stargazer's reroll, but someone else was also playing it. So since he was contested, instead of playing around like the one cost, he played around Lulu, and Lulu she made a lot of money with her ability at 3-star, and like he was
Oh
doing a
yeah.
lot. But I was kind of curious if there was like that was an actual comp or just something Wazen just kind of freestyled it because he skipped
Oh.
this game.
I mean, one of my friends has been trying out Lulu a lot, but I think he came to the conclusion that while it's not bad, it gets outclassed by the other 3 cost unit. Like it gets really outclassed by like the broken 3 cost, you know, like
Uh,
Kaiza
so
and like Victor and like MF.
so if it's getting played, it's one of those just like, oh, you hit it because it's there and you're using the money to like do something else. It sounds like if that's like the thing, and that's the thing with Lulu's because her ability is
Yeah,
different
see like
targets.
some example games
Mhm.
like this one you probably just pay 3 star Gazer Pantheon Lulu Maokai,
Mhm.
something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like usually the other 3 cost rerolls are usually better as like main carries, so she's just kind of
yeah,
there.
and like if you see like the pattern here, most of the 3 cost rolls use the same core units like Rust, Orn.
Mhm.
This one I think this one is Orn Maokai Rust. This one
Yeah,
is
Malachi.
Maokai. This one is yeah Maokai Rust. This one is Rust Orn. So yeah, it's like the same units on most of the board. So like I'm not sure how it will go when like there are like multiple Orn comps really good in the meta.
Yeah, I mean, I assume a lot of these specific units will end up getting nerfed by launch if it's like the same 3 or 4 things everybody's putting on their board, but yeah, I mean, still.
I played a game of like Kaisa, and then I hit the Kaisa only, and I just push level and play like with the Nunu tank or like EK tank or something. You can like always just like push levels and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but while her passive like procs on knockup, I feel like the uptime is still pretty good if you have Sojin and stuff. The stats can change because the sample is like pretty low, but like most of the stats are saying that Sojin is pretty good. Because like she's like solo damage on her board. If you only rely on the uptime of her knock up spell, I think it takes too long to like actually kill the units. Yeah.
So she definitely needs help from some other unit. Sure, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Just kind of a remake of that set 9 Talia, who was like really busted when other units were
Yeah, that
helping her.
one. Yeah.
So they like designed around the idea that she was gonna get help from other units.
Yeah, we'll probably have to see like how or when actually this comp becomes good. I think next this one Anima reroll is kind of dependent on cash out or you have a really good arbiter for Diana. So like this one is the main comp that you play Diana in. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Since we're talking about 3-cost reroll, I figured and you're mentioning pushing levels. What's your heuristic for let's just kind of a refresh for those of us with 3-cost brain rot from not playing it for a bunch last set until the end of last set.
When do you wanna
when
push?
you're
Yeah.
it was anyways, when you're re-rolling and okay, so like the game goes on, you haven't hit your units. At what point are you going to say like F it and I'm just gonna push levels now or like giving up on a unit? Like at what point in the game do you usually like look and say, hey, I'm not close enough, I'm not gonna go for this? Like how do you normally make that decision?
I feel like if you hit with a decent amount of money, like for example, like it's maybe like 4-2, you roll for your units and you hit like what? Maybe like four orange and you hit Kaisa 3, which is like there's like always a main carry, right? Like on this board, your main carry is probably the Kaisa, and then you get like a choice of what? Your duo carry can be Karma 2, Riven 2, or like Fish 3, right? Like your core is probably like what? You have like a main tank and a main damage, right? Usually if I already hit like my main damage here, it's not very worth it to like keep rolling, especially like for example if I can just go 8 on like 4 or 5 with like still 20-30 gold and then I roll on 8 instead.
So you only want to like stay on 7 for a long time if you literally have hit nothing.
If I don't have any other choice, or like my board just caps on 7, like on this board when you go 8 you get to play either like the Riven or the Karma, right? So they're like pretty big spikes. And then like if you have like six phase, you can always just finish it on 8, or you can stay on 7 first and then you just like finish first and then you push. But like sometimes pushing levels means you play a like stronger board with the risk of like having lower odds for units, right? It's like the main trade-off. So like sometimes you're either like you're playing for like streak, or your HP is low, and your only out might be to just like, okay, I hit Kaisa 3, I'll just push levels, and then yeah, I will play for my placement. I'll just play my strongest board on like level 8.
So you're saying it kind of depends on the comps, depending on whether like going from 7 to 8 is actually like a big spike or not, whether or not you have something to put it on it, and then of course like where your money's at. Do you care about getting that extra unit to maybe maintain your streak or not? Where's your HP at? Okay.
If you're saying the more greedy play would probably be to stay on level 7 and roll, and the more conservative play would probably be to level. Also, like if you have like what, if you're like rolling for this board, I'm on Karma 2, Riven 2, Kaisa 3. Like Yeah, I'm just leveling and I'm moving my feast items to this guy or something. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, like the JG can always end up on my karma inside. It's sure.
Okay.
Yeah, these are like the feast items, right? You just because
And you've been
always move it
talking
to karma.
to healers, but I assume the same thing goes for the tank. For if like you're rolling for the Orm, but you're not hitting it, but you hit a Rammus too. Well, that's a
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
to
yeah.
like.
Yes.
So same logic, I assume.
Yeah, and like on this board, like for example, oh, I don't make it to what do you call it? Uh, don't make it to fish 3. I mean, fish 2 still like does like some damage, and like you can always just play it to rogue and like cap around what? Oh, I guess I'll just cap around some bard plus a conduit or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can always cap around other stuff on your board. Yes, yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks
uh,
for the refresher. Because, like I said, for
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, first half of last set, where like 3-cost reroll just wasn't a thing, so my brain feed on that completely.
yeah. I mean, let's just for like animal. Let's talk about this one for a bit. If you 10
Mm.
loss, most of the time you make it around 450, around here, 400 or like 500, probably 400. Like 10 loss and you don't kill very many units, yeah, just like losing, like 3-7.
Gotcha.
So you'll probably end up either here or here. Assuming you wanna play this comp, if you do hit like the Aurora one here, and you feel like you have money to roll like maybe on like 3-5 and you wanna cash out earlier, like the Aurora and like the Ilawi, it might be fine, but I think mostly you kind of want to aim around here.
Okay, question on some of these anima cash outs. So I see that the 3-400 for the most part, they give you, they try to point you towards playing a certain anima unit by giving you an item for it and a bunch of copies of it. So you got,
Yeah,
Briar. Well, and Briar's the one that makes me kind of wonder because it's the one that doesn't normally fit on your board. So it'll give you this item that's designed around being put on like a 3-star Briar, but your board doesn't play Briar. So is there a different unit you would put it on in that board that you think it's good on, or would you just like, prefer to not hold out for better for that, or like how would you go about handling that if you're offered that cash out, you're low HP, and you're like, well, F.
yeah.
Because
I
played this
haven't
a couple
seen
times.
anyone play around like the Briar item yet. I've like mostly
Okay.
seen like the other items, and all of the other items, they they like end up on your board, right? like
Yeah.
yeah, you play the other anima units. Let me see
Yeah. The other
if like
played on that.
I don't know what it's called. Let's just see.
Like, I remember the effect where it has this bonus with
Yeah, this one.
Omnijam.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really bad, really bad.
So it's like, yeah, you're offered basically what happens when you low roll the cash out, I guess, is what
Yeah,
that. Well,
I
you
mean,
low
I
roll the
guess
cash.
here you just put it on the Jinx.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's not bad. It's like a cleaving effect. I mean, you can just put it on some AD caster guy, I guess. But
Yeah.
like, all of the quote unquote exclusive anima items, they're like tier 1 items, like the Ilawi and stuff. They're like
Mhm.
classified as like tier 1 items. So their power is like kind of lower compared to like the tier 2. I think the tier 2 one is like crossbow and like I don't remember the other ones, but there I think there's one tank one. Yeah, there. I think it's bounced around. If you hit the tier 3, you like already won the game. So like most of the tier 2s are like kind of similar in power level.
Okay.
And like they don't have a specific holder of the item, so you can just probably put it on like a matching unit. I mean, this one is like really good, no? Like the if you
Yeah.
make it to like 400, like
Yeah.
so just like assume you're probably cashing out like either here or here.
Mm.
If you're 300 is good. You can just take this one and start winning, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know about this one. Maybe if you get your anima late, like if for some reason anima roll becomes broken, like you might get your anima late, right? Like so you might just take this one. If like I'm guaranteed playing around Aurora, so yeah, I just take this one. So this one is like Aurora 3-star items. Like the the Aurora item is pretty good there.
Mhm.
So like I would assume like you just put the anima item on her and just try and get another duo carry online, because like on the board you have to put items on so many units, right? Like this is a
Oh,
carry. Yeah.
you have so many different things
Yeah, yeah.
that can.
You have to put items on like Diana and like LeBlanc. So like you have a lot of options here. So for like Diana, why is Vanguard emblem broken on her? Because the Vanguard emblem effect says you get ADAP here. Vanguard.
But it's whatever
Yeah.
someone else gets shield and like everything else in the comp shield a lot
Yes.
or something.
Yeah, yeah. You get AP whenever an ally gains a shield, and then you just get like a arbiter that like shields on like mana, or like shields on attacks. No, yeah.
So that okay, but you usually build your arbiter around the emblem, is kind of what you're saying, and that makes it busted.
I mean, if you already get like the random emblem from like early game, you just put it on her, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really play around your arbiter. Like if you open to one with like three anima, and then you check your arbiter, you probably want to aim towards like a Diana one. And like the Diana ones and the LeBlanc ones are actually kind of similar. Like they both want like on attack or on like instance of damage anyway. So like you have a few options
Do you,
there, you know.
do you usually make your arbiter a combat thing, or like how do you value the econ arbiters versus the combat ones in like different comps? Like this one doesn't
Uh
always use combat arbiter.
I feel like if your main carry like LeBlanc, for example, on like the 4 Vanguard LeBlanc board, is it here? This one? Yeah, this one. If you have a econ arbiter, it's kinda difficult.
Right.
So I
So
would not want to main carry an arbiter if my arbiter is like econ.
so like you would end up picking econ if you intend to like tag the arbiter out later, like if you're like facilitating path 9 or like just a
Yeah,
temporary thing to get. But if you actually are playing like an arbiter comp, you need it to be combat, so that like it's part of the combat part of that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
That
sure
makes,
if it's here or not yet, like the arbiter stuff. Did you
yeah, they
put it
had a
in?
lot, so who knows?
Yeah. Oh, like the
Hopefully
table
the comp.
isn't here yet. But yeah, you for like arbiters, this one maybe I could give a pass on not having a combat one if like your econ one is kind of good. I guess
Yeah, so like,
since like you can cap around like different units, right? Because it's really expensive, this board. So like
right.
yeah, you might be allowed, but you will cap way higher if you get like a Diana one. Yeah.
Combat. Like, got it.
Even like here, the Jinx one is not even that bad. You can just like put the Ginsu on Diana or just like carry the Jinx. I mean, you can probably just carry the Jinx also.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Uh yeah. The next one is the one that's like really broken. It's it, it's kind of straightforward to play, you know. Like just add like the bar later on 8, and it's just like your board earlier, and and because you play Aatrox Maokai, you You don't have to make Fred and Thunder, so it's pretty good.
I think I played it once actually, and like I struggled a little bit because I randomly hit a bunch of like clearly relevant 5 costs on 7. Or like, how would you like if you hit a Shen, for instance? That was one where I ended up dropping the Aatrox because like Shen's really good, but like, is there what units are like cuttable when you are hitting legendaries and stuff, or if you just like hit stuff and then you're going to cap out?
You can always just don't play Nova here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can just swap the Maokai and Aatrox for what? TK, TK and the other guy. TK and Shen. Or you can just drop the Gragas if your Psionic is bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
ideally you play around like the AP Psionic item, right? Like, the really broken one, this one. I think this one like has like a damage echo, so like it's pretty good on what do you call it, on him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can always just
Yeah.
not play Gragas here if you have like the same goes uh around like the explanation of like when I can just push levels instead. If for example you roll and you hit like what? Oh, I hit Ace roll 2 and like TK2. I mean, I guess I'll be pushing levels. I know. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only mandatory here, like really mandatory, is probably like having a good tank or Maokai or like TK, and then you just have like your MF is probably like the main one you want to 3-star. The next one would probably be MF replicators. Is pretty close. This one you can add the Shen on 8 probably, or like if you're like or even one no item, I guess you can just add the Shen first and then add the other guy later. Like here, you can
Yeah.
always just like not play uh or even Shen Gwen and just play like what Orn plus one also. Orn plus like Grace if you happen to hit Grace or something. You can just flex around like the main core, I guess. The main core is probably like Earth Pantheon, Ras Maokai, MF. I feel like the prio is more towards the this one right now. The conduit one, but it might change in the future. Okay, this one Kaisa Office. Uh for Kaisa, the notes are you probably want one mana item blue buff or Shojin. They both perform the same, but I guess blue buff is a bit better. Crown of Demacia is really good on Kaisa. You can probably aim to play this, at least like right now, since like the 3 cost outs are pretty high. So you can just click this and just hard force Kaisa, I guess. You probably want IE, Crown, and a mana item here. And for Fizz, just be sure to have a Nashor's. I think it's a really big diff for like having an Nashor's and not having one. Okay.
Curious, why
For
isn't sure some on Fizz
hmm?
even like so like with Fizz, like he doesn't have like built-in spell crit or anything. So like why isn't Nashor so crazy on it? Which is specifically just the Nashor
Okay.
dainty.
So
What's
the
the
Fizz
deal?
spell, the Fizz spell. Can I see it here? Can I see the spell here? Okay, so the Fizz spell is he dashes and does damage, and like every third cast, he has like a giga cast. He summons like the fish, or like the
Yeah.
mega meep. Yeah, and like I think a lot of his damage is also from the mega meep. If I'm not wrong, with like 3 meeple 2-star fish, the damage of like the mega meep is like around 450, and I think it probably scales when he's 3-star.
Okay.
So because a lot of his power is around like the third cast, and also he's like 20 mana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of wants the like the Nashors. Yeah.
Well, wait. So, but you would definitely want JG as well, then, because like you want that third cast
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to crit hit hard.
So
and
like,
stuff.
you see here, yeah, his build is like Nashor JG +1, Hodge, Gunblade, double Nashor. Probably get away with like BT, but like you really want the Nashors here. So like,
Yeah,
it'll probably be one of the prio items there.
gotcha.
The Riven stats, I haven't filtered for like specifically Riven in this comp, but this one is like in general, you probably just want like fighter items. Or you can also get away with like the crit build, like some Edge of Night, IE stuff. But I think she prefers like the Bruiser kind of build. Okay. Next, this one. Yeah, I think Mordekaiser is a good unit, so it might be hard to get him 3-star. You can also main tank Leona. Like if you see, I think there was like a tweet yesterday around like Leona being broken.
Yeah, with
I
a
don't.
certain arbiter.
Yeah,
There's a certain arbiter.
I think it's here somewhere. Leona is the most broken tank in the game. You get the mana for max HP shield. You can tank Leona. Yeah, I just see the here.
Hmm.
Yeah, this was the tier 2 item anime I was talking about. Like the tank one.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is just Leona 3 plus like 2-star, bro. Like,
Oh, it's just because like whenever she casts, she gets a giant
yes,
shield.
and she doesn't get mana lock.
Oh, the lack of that's not gonna last.
Yeah, yeah. So like if
Uh,
you have like some
yeah,
uh
wow.
not even like per like mana one, if you get like the every few seconds or something, like her shield doesn't expire. So
That's nuts.
yeah, yeah. Like the I mean, this board might be good. I'm not sure when you would want to play this one over just like tempo for Vanguard. This one, yeah, it's the same board, but you
I
play
mean,
Karma, right?
I would assume the one that's like Leona based is like if you get a lot of early Leonas or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think
I
a
kind
cool
of
thing this set, you can always play around. There's one god that gives you a lot of one cost dupes.
Oh yeah, it's Varus, and his whole thing
Oh
too is
yeah,
like he
yeah,
rewards having a bunch of 3-stars with his boon. So like
yeah. So
that's
like
another reason
yeah, you can
to do
always
this.
just like hold the Leonas as you go, and then you just like main tank Leona on your end board or something. Like always an option.
Yeah, and
It's
if
like
Varus,
yeah,
you'll get the extra HP for having more 3-stars. So
yeah. Just playing around like Leona plus like plus one arbiter is already like not bad. You can just like end up on like a 5-cost board with like a Leona main tank.
cool.
Yeah, some options for like the actual reroll one is probably like shield on mana spend. After if you reroll you reroll the last turn and you get AP, that's also probably not bad if you're like dual carrying Leblanc and Zoe, because like I think they really like lack innate source of AP. That's why like you really want external AP sources, either from like items like Archangel or the Arbiter.
Mm-hmm.
And like just to add, I think for like Diana before, you can also take like uh, attacks gain permanent HP. Just uh yeah, you can just like perma-stack your like Diana, I guess. Your inner to HP is probably not bad also. The Zoe items really seem to like this Bloom of Morello shift build. I'm not sure why. I mean, she like spread it very well. I check well again.
Well, and since she's a conduit, she gets mana multiplied with the blue buff, but maybe the assumption is you're taking
Yeah,
some like on
I'm
arbiter.
yeah. I mean, I guess on the board you're probably like getting AP from somewhere, or you have like a secondary carry on the board, like LeBlanc or Armor or something.
Mm.
Okay. Uh, Lulu, I showed you the board before, but like close, close to the board, close to like just playing like three like Stargazers plus Pantheon plus like plus like whatever you want to fit, like TK or like Guard or something. Some extra notes I have. Crown Guard is very good because there are like a lot of shield tanks, right? The set, like you can just comfortably just slam a, a Crown Guard whenever, especially if you're playing around a shield tank and your backline is AD. Like you probably want like something to kill the rod. And since Exalted Adventure is back, I feel like it is gonna be very good, and I will be trying to click it whenever I can. It's like most of the units are like re- allowed to be rerolled, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Which
Like you're
one?
probably
So,
fine rerolling most of these.
what is it you said you're gonna click every time?
Uh, exalted.
Oh, Exalted Adventure. They brought that back, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I feel like it's gonna be pretty good.
Mhm.
Since like it's really like, for example, oh, I get two of these. I can probably just find, okay. So I need another bruiser. Okay, I can always just play Gragas here. Okay, two bruiser and what, play around like a flex backline or something
While we're
like
on
this
the
one.
subject of emeralds, do you know how that interacts with Shen's little placement thing? That's just like the standard summon thing, where like you can get exiles for things around it, but they still can't touch each other.
Yeah, it's
Is that
like,
how it works? I
yeah,
think,
yeah. It's
but
like it's like the Freljord Tower. I think how that one works.
yeah, yeah. But like, I think it's probably nicer than the tower got more area, but like with the Shen thing, I would assume you just try to put 3 units in it, like all around, not touching each other, and call it a day.
Yeah,
Like,
just something like this.
yeah, so it's still fine, right? Okay. Is there anything else that could like get in the way of exiles this set that like really punishes you, or like that you really can't play if you've got exiles? Like,
Maybe
obviously,
Stargazer. Probably just Stargazer, no? Like like that's
okay,
like really limiting in terms of positioning.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Shen you still can play, obviously, as we showed, but like I was wondering if
Yeah,
there was.
I mean like Exhaust is also like really good if you're playing like really tanky one, like single units. I
Mm,
think I played like around Mighty Mech yesterday, and like with the mecha trait gives him like 60% extra HP, and then like the Exiles just scales off the extra HP. So like it does quite a lot of like tanking, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, I heard Mighty Mech, the main mech, is really really strong. Like I've heard a lot of good things about it, so
Yeah, I
makes
mean
sense.
they nerfed him quite a lot, a few times in a row. So he might be killed during set launch or something. I don't know, but
But
because
some
like
people like good too, so even if
I
he's like
feel,
a little less
yeah,
insane, it's
I feel like even now I think his damage has been halved already, and his healing has been cut by a lot compared to like earlier in the cycle. Yeah,
it's only been one big balance patch too, so it's still pretty early. Um, so
yeah. I think an extra semi kind of reroll comp is like this one.
hmm
So so you print
oh,
Veigar using this one.
Maybe I still play that in
You
one of
use
the games.
no no. So you use the 7 week bonus.
Mhm.
The Hui printing hex on middle of their bench to like print the Vega tree. So it's like tempo comp.
So, I assume since they show up the side only 5 meep, I assume you're moving like out of the 7 meep once you get what you need.
Yeah, I mean like this. This was the guy who made the guide. He just showed like some example boards. You probably want to print until 3 stars and then you just pivot out.
But yeah, I assume also because your meep thing can print you the last ones, you don't have to necessarily roll very much to find
Yeah, you
things.
can just hold the ones that come. You'll
Okay,
probably
so
end up
you're
with
not.
like 5 copies or
This is kind of like Gangplank from last set, right? Where it's like you go for like the 3 star. It's nominally a reroll in that sense, but you're not really rolling for it. You're using your trait mechanic to get the 3 star.
yeah, I guess so. Kind of similar to the
Yeah,
one. I
yeah,
mean,
that makes
this
sense.
guy seems to be performing pretty well, so I will probably be trying this one plus the Gwen one. I'll probably be looking to try both of those two.
Cool.
Uh, yeah, I mean, we're just talking about like the real comps. There isn't like really very much to do in for stats and stuff. I'm pretty sure while the sample size is like really low now, it probably won't deviate a lot from this since like it just how the units work. Yeah, and like
Okay.
yeah,
Well, and also I remember Mort specifically said this is a few stats ago that at this point they try not to like make changes that greatly change unit itemization, like just because like it people like the masses didn't like it or whatever. So like the dev team actually tries to keep itemization from changing a lot. So I mean, that's kind of by design. It should not change, and you know, the
yeah. I mean,
TFT dev.
there are probably like some like rules, I guess, like you don't really want like the Sojin casting kind of items on the channelers just because on the conduits just because they don't really attack. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
most of the other stuff is pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
I think like
Cast
some really
advantage.
cool things will probably be like Crown is really good on Kaisa and like stuff like Nashor's is basically mandatory and the Vanguard emblem.
Yeah, Vanguard's okay. So that was one really busted emblem interaction. Have there been any others that have been discovered, or is it just like people are still figuring it out?
Mm, I think like most of the most of the effects are like quite tame,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I've seen the Space Groove emblem be broken on Zed, but I'm not sure why.
Huh? But I mean, it's only available to certain augments, so that's
Yeah, I
good.
mean
It'd be
it's like really rare. Can I check it here?
yeah.
Is it here? Space.
Wait, it's 16.8, but it's still point. Wow. Okay. Oh, it's on P. Oh, okay. Last night when I looked yesterday, they Tech Tools hadn't loaded PBE yet, but now they have.
Yeah,
Yay!
yeah. I think it's because like he just gets permanently in the groove or something because of his and like all of the illusions also get the buff.
Oh, that's
Because
that's
like
crazy.
because like on cast, right, and like he casts a lot.
Yeah, and if the clones are like echoing it to him, like yeah, that's gonna be. I wonder if that's intended. I don't know. We'll find out if they change it. They change it, but
Yeah,
also the
I
other
mean
thing to see
I feel like
eventually.
most of
There's a lot.
the plus ones are just pretty good to have because like you can always fit like the extra flex trait. Like oh I can fit the two bruiser or like the two challenger on my board. It's not very hard usually to find like oh I have a challenger plus one. Sure, I can just play like yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also I noticed that there's a lot of traits that are like 2, 3, 4, 5 that like they're increments of one. So if you're
Oh
already
yeah.
playing challenge, just you go from 2 to 3 challengers. That's a bonus for your main carry. Okay.
I mean the jump isn't very big for like from like usually the 2 to 3, but
Mhm.
it's always like something extra, I guess. Like I feel
Yeah.
like the only +1 increment that like you actually play a lot is probably conduit, since like most of the units are like
Mhm.
are like kind of good, or the +1 of like rogue, since they scale really good. Like
Yeah, but like
like
rogue, the initial rogue effect is crazy. Like a whole Eon
yeah,
effect is
yeah.
steady. So
And like even the emblem isn't bad. Like
yeah, in terms of the stats
uh
on it.
yeah, it gets crit damage amp, and like a small like edge of night effect also, right? So if you're playing like Master Yi, you can always just play like Master Yi, like Riven Duoki or something. It's pretty good.
It'll just be good on any frontline
Yeah,
carry. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the set also like it on Karma just because like you play Karma on the Kaisa board.
yeah. The thing I was saying earlier is because they made that whole big batch of new artifacts that, like, one for each of the gods. Like, I'm kind of curious if, again, like you told me about the Evelyn one that was really good on, who
Oh
was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Well,
On
no, those were
on like Belveth,
Velvet.
yeah.
Velvet, but like, yeah, there's going to be other ones that'll be really busted. So, well, I think the other important things about those nuances, there's an augment that lets you pick one of four quote unquote divine artifacts. And I suppose it's supposed to be like the new state, like, last up they had that darken one where it's like, oh, pick one of the four
Oh
darken
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
So those ones are basically, they're going to be a little easier to get because they have that extra augment that picks only from that pool. So I guess that makes them like a little more important to learn, like which the quote unquote good ones among them are, because like you'll get offered four from that specific pool.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
yeah.
I haven't specifically like gone over the stats of like most of the artifacts, but I think some
Mm,
outliers would probably be the RE one is like always good for like a caster.
mm,
Like 4 mana regen and 20 AP is like really good, and you get like an extra bonus like the orbiting damage.
mm,
Pretty pretty like just like a good AP item. And the Varus
yeah.
one, it's like just good for like any backline with like a tank. Like
Yeah.
you can always play this if you're playing like reroll or just like even like level 9 and stuff.
I think I had it the one time I had it and it was looked pretty good is when I had like a meta comp and I put it on like ASOL and you got like the Mighty Mac. So obviously like big tank, big carry, like that's
Oh
cool
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But obviously like, that doesn't necessarily mean
I
anything
mean
in
like
like
the
late.
mana is like really good if you're playing around conduits, because they like also scale
All
the 4 mana regen
right.
also, yeah,
Yeah.
based on the bonus.
I've got
And then what
the
else?
Echo stuff. I think the stats on it are bad.
Yeah, this one
The
echoes one.
Yeah, the stats on it seem really bad, but I've gotten it a couple times. It's
I saw this
also
one on like TFT clips on like Z, because the clones count, but there will probably be like nerfing the interaction probably.
yeah. Oh, actually, another thing too. I'm kind of wondering if there's like a bug or something weird going on. But if you look at like the Kale one, there's two versions of it, and it's because because halfway through the combat it becomes like the Radiant version, and
Oh,
this is the Radiant version. So like that, I wonder what shows on the end game board, because like it might be that, hey, if you've got that one, the non-radiant one, that would mean it's like, oh, the person died and that the combat that killed them didn't last the full 18 seconds, which, yeah,
oh,
I've
this
seen
one.
it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you see
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
like, yeah, if they have the bad one or like the normal one, that means that the fight that killed them fast, I would think.
I
And then
mean,
like,
if it only counts late game boards, it's not very fair to like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That
yeah,
exactly, like that's one that are going to be really weird because like, if you get it, it's going to have,
yeah.
yeah, some weird skew
I'm,
like that.
I mean, yeah. I guess that one makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder if the stat sites will try to like correct for that in some way. Hmm.
I mean, it might be difficult if you're filtering from endgame screen only, because like how am I supposed to tell like, oh, this like the kill one helped me win like like X rounds before for losing to some like Giga board or something.
Yeah, I mean, it is always like the end game board, but kind of what I'm getting at is that like sometimes the way things since they pull the data from Riot, the way the data Riot gives the data to them is misleading sometimes in ways that maybe they can correct for. And when I see those, I usually try to tell them. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. But anyways, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think the set right now is probably just like I guess like polluted by like the 3 cost rolls. So like the base 4 cost didn't really get like time to play the game, you know. At least for now, unless you get to 9 very fast. So if
Yeah,
you check like the set sites, they probably just show mostly like the really strong 4 cost lines like the LeBlanc line and probably just like the 3 cost stuff, you know.
yeah. Which I mean, yeah, and I'm hearing it's likely there could be a revert to the 3 cost odds nerf because like without the
Yeah,
unlock mechanic, maybe not as necessary. But who knows what the decks will do.
yeah, they'll probably have to do it. It's not like it's like really hard to just play like what base tempo kindred if you're not getting to like Graves and Morgana and stuff. You know?
Yeah,
Like most of the 4 cost comps, if they require like a lot of like permanent slots on their board, are just they just kept like really low. Yes, yeah,
mm.
problem.
It's just like or Caplo specifically relative to like the 3 cost reroll that's running around. That is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you can only win rounds until like 5-1, and then
Mhm.
they hit and then it's over. Like see
Yeah.
like the Lulu here, the stats aren't very good compared to like the other ones. It's like for like rerolls and stuff. If you play like the not the best rerolls, just get punished a lot, like stage 4 because you can't win a single round.
Mhm.
The broken item is it repeats damage to the same target
Yeah.
every 3 seconds. Yeah.
Well, and I think also with Victor, if I'm not mistaken, because he has like kind of a damage over time, like the little storm that falls them. Damage over times they tend to be scaled or like balanced around. Like because the damage is spread out, the total damage tends to be higher because it's not all up front. That's like a counterbalancing thing. So, but that means that the 25% repeat on it is going to be proportionally more. So that explains why that gets really broken.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you have any specific like stuff in the set you wanna go over?
No, like yeah. The thing is like right now, a lot of what I'm seeing is like all this reroll stuff we looked at, and I'm also
Yeah.
specifically not like go crazy specific on the set because I'm trying to keep like myself open minded prior to like going
Okay. Okay.
into with PBE a lot of stuff changes and like trying to like focus on my fundamentals and stuff. But that's also why I'm kind of like interested. When you
Oh
say
yeah.
like
Yeah.
X about the whys and stuff, trying to dig
Yeah.
into that.
I mean, I think we went over a lot of the like I guess exceptions in like itemization and stuff. Uh, especially like around like the real units. Personally, I haven't really gone over like all of the forecast and like knowing like the specific interaction and stuff. But yeah, we'll probably like learn as like more like broken stuff gets discovered. I guess yeah, like
Yeah,
the main takeaway.
yeah. Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll be closing the session soon. Thank you for your time. I guess.
Oh no, thank you. It was all really informative. I really appreciate it. Learned a lot. So yeah.